Hello everybody, it's Janelle and I'm back with another makeup tutorial. I'm going to be using my Wales palette. I've only done a couple of looks with that. I did a video with the very first look that I did, and then I've used it a couple times since, and I thought this would be kind of fun because the palette has colors in it that I don't normally use. I'm starting out with a clean moisturized face. I've got my primer on my lids. I've got tinted moisturizer on in place of a regular foundation. I've got powder on. And now what I'm going to do on my left eye here, I'm going to apply something that I got at my dollar store. This is by Physicians Formula. It's called Color Eyes. It's actually an eyeshadow stick. This color happens to be taupe, only color that they have, but I'm going to use this as my base. It's a little bit more golden than my skin tone, but I picked this up on a whim, and it seems to be working pretty well as an eyeshadow base for me, so I thought I'd go ahead and use this today. So you can see I kind of stroke that on, then I take my finger and kind of dab it around my eyelid, get it distributed nice and even all the way up to the crease. This is going to help my color to stay on and stay true throughout the day. And actually, I have to be pretty careful about where I apply my color, because it seems with this particular pencil on as a base, once I put the color on, it's there. If it's in the wrong spot, I have to wash it off and start over. Now, as I said, I'm going to be using my Wales palette, and the first color I'm going to use is this one here, E213. It's kind of an OD green with a little bit of gold shimmer to it. The pants that I had on at work today were kind of an army drab green. So I said, well, I don't wear greens too much, so I'll experiment with this color. But you can see I'm packing it on my lid up to the crease, all the way from the inner corner to the outer corner. Once I've laid that down as my base, I'm going to take the color that is next to it, which is kind of a burnished gold. It's E293 right there. I'm going to take that and I'm going to lightly apply that on the outer third of my eye, right over the green here. And again, pack that on to begin with, just to kind of get it layered where I want it. And then once I've got it layered where I want it, I'm going to kind of stroke that in and blend it with the green. A little more here. Now it's got, that color's got a little bit more of a shimmer to it, and you can see how it's sticking really well to that shadow stick, which is exactly what you want. And again, it's all the way up into the crease. Smooth that in. Next color I'm going to use, going into the inner third of the crease, is this darker green here, E215. Move it so you can see it. There you go. And I'm going to take my eyeshadow brush, and if you notice, I've kind of got it on the edge there. Blow off the excess, and then this is going to go from the inner corner about a third of the way across. And now this one I am definitely stroking on, just lightly back and forth, windshield wiper motion, kind of blend that in. I'll use my blending brush later to blend that a little more. And then on the outer part of the crease, I'm using Rich Chocolate by Milani. Again, on the edge of the brush here. We're going to start this in the outer part of the crease and sweep inward. And apply that in the crease under the ridge of your brow bone. Again, windshield wiper motion. Just sweep that in. Now this is actually going to smoke the corner of the eye out a little bit, not quite as harsh a look as black can sometimes be, but it's dark enough where it is going to kind of give you that smoky eye effect. We'll smooth that in. Okay. This rich chocolate is very dark, so I would start with a very light hand and build it gradually, especially if you're putting it on over a base, because like I said, at least this particular base that I'm using, I made a mistake earlier on my first eye and I could not blend it out. The color was stuck there, and I do mean it was stuck. Okay. Once I've got those three colors on, I'm going to take my fluffy dome brush, and we're going to do some blending here, back and forth in the crease. Bring it down to meet the lid colors, down into the inner corner, blend that out just by sweeping it back and forth. Once you've done that, clean your flat brush again. We're going to use a color that's nude, or a nearly nude is what I call it. In the palette it's called E346 right there, but it's kind of a light flesh tone. That's going to become my highlight. Load my brush with this here, and I'm going to begin dabbing it on the brow bone. Apply a little more, and then take my brush and sweep back and forth very gently, and again blend it down into that brow bone or the crease color so there's no line. Has a very, very subtle shimmer to it. Very subtle. Okay. That part is done. Going to take my eyebrow brush here, brush the brows into some semblance of order. Now, instead of using a brow pencil liner, I am going to use a concealer brush here and go back to the dark chocolate, get some of that on this small brush, and stroke it through my brows to touch them up, fill them in, and see how lightly I'm doing that. Just following the shape of my brow. I have found that this dark or rich chocolate eyeshadow has been great for my brows. I am temporarily out of my eyebrow pencil by MAC. I used eyebrow pencil in Spiked by MAC. I'm temporarily out of it. I've not had a chance to get to the mall, back to the MAC counter, to purchase another eyeshadow or eyebrow liner pencil. But I'm finding that this brown powder, which is actually an eyeshadow, is working quite well for me for my brow color. Once I've run the brow color through, I take my brush and kind of stroke back through my brows, kind of distribute the color evenly. Excuse me. And there's the look so far. I'm going to pause my camera. I will add eyeliner and mascara, my cheeks, my lips, and I'll come back and let you see the finished look. Be back in a few moments.